So this is the latest incarnation of Luscious. Luscious is a British Imperial Stout that I started making back in early 2011. And it's actually one of the beers that we saved our butts with after the flood. So when the place got flooded, Luscious and one other beer were the only two beers that we rescued out of that flood. And they were one of the ones that we were able to collectively, through the help of other Vermont brewers, rescue, store, package, and then sell out of our wrecked brew pub, and really saved our tails in that whole thing. So it kind of holds a special place in our heart for that fact. We were making this a couple times at truck sales, so it's been around. We've been making it since then, but this will be the first time that we get to sell it in our new retail room. The last time we made Luscious, it was 11% alcohol. It was a bit, it's a bit strong. So dial down the alcohol just a little bit, make it just a little bit more accessible. So maybe you can have 2 cans at a time instead of just one. The goal is to hide that alcohol. Alcohol is very hard to find, even in these levels, but it is a very rich, lush beer, thus the name Luscious. That is the goal, is to create a luscious taste experience. So, these are our old labels. We'll have new labels by the time you're watching this. Again, when I pour my beers, every beer is different, especially Imperial Stouts. Will throw a big head if you're not careful. It is an unbelievably dark beer. It is crystal clear and the darkest ruby red. It's just a beautiful shade of red. Big tan head on it, and just the most amazing, wonderful aroma. The aroma is built by the barley that we use. We do use hops in this. There is a fair amount of hops in this, but generally they are late hops. We don't want a lot of bitterness, but we want the structure that the hop oils will give to a beer. And it is intended to be big, bold, lush, and yet drinkable as hell. The flavors of chocolate and dried dark fruit are very intense. There is a huge amount of dark malt in a beer like this. A lot of Imperial Stouts will be 20, 30% specialty malt. This is 50% specialty malt. So it really drives those flavors that come out and creates the complexity that we're shooting for. Black, roasty, full of flavor, and yet something that just keeps you craving more and more. That last little bit I always love to save, just to freshen it up, release everything again and get that beautiful fresh poured character. You can see just how dark this is. You can't even look, the logo just disappears when you tip it forward. That is a dark beer. But I drink a lot of Imperial Stouts. I do. It is a favorite style of mine. But again, like I said before, there's only so much of it I can drink. To get through 16 ounces of this, it is frightfully easy. And I find myself reaching for a second one. So I consider that a job well done when I want to have another one of these right after the first one. It's exciting to have these beers available again at the Alchemist. More to come, but I'm not going to tell you when, so enjoy.